Dash on Wednesday became the latest company to announce widespread layoffs, a victim of a sudden drop in demand from inflation-wary customers. The food delivery service, which had gone on a hiring spree at the height of the health crisis to cater to those stuck at home, will now cut 1,250 jobs, or 6% of its workforce, to control ballooning costs. The announcement came the same day CNN said layoffs were underway at the network, and a day after fellow media company AMC Networks said it would cut 20% of its U.S. workforce. And after weeks of layoff announcements from a range of companies, from big tech's Meta Platforms and Amazon to big banks Barclays and Goldman Sachs. Nancy Daoud is a private wealth manager for Ameriprise Financial.
You're going to see this across the board. There will be substantial layoffs. The reality you're hearing from a dollars and cents point of view is inflation is cutting into corporate profits.
As for DoorDash, its CEO said in a memo to employees that, quote, "We were not as rigorous as we should have been in managing our team growth," adding, quote, "That's on me." The company's shares, which have fallen more than 60% this year, were up in early trading.
The world of hurting is here. Alright, well, first of all, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushua, Ba'Hashem, Rakakadash, Dabanas, and apostles and elders, great millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and a few sisters out there onto the Israelite foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom in Hebrew, which means peace. It'll be a quick show. I don't have to make this long. Because every time we do a show on these things, the very next day, there's more things that's coming out. More layoffs, more something. So it's like these shows are becoming a continuations. You know, like when you watch a film and and it has a part 1, part 2, you know, a good film actually. A film that have good storylines and so forth. Well, the great storyline is that America, Babylon the Great, that the job market is drying up. All right, no more independent individuals that's going to be able. You can't work a regular 9 to 5, and you can't work on your own because everything is being dried up. Unlike 2020, where they purposely dried it up to lock everything down, and only couple of things was booming. Everybody else had to do a whole bunch of hoops, and everybody lost their job. This time, people losing their job for good. All right, for good. This is supposed to be a booming economy, so, according to this administration, and all we see on a regular is what we seeing people getting laid off right and left. Okay. And that's why I was looking, you know, of course you got to look at it. And they said a whole bunch, a mouthful of good things right there. So let's look. It says the top story, right? So even CNN, they sorry ass talking about they cutting back, right? So, you know, DoorDash, I'm like, is this real? Because DoorDash is going to go. Uber's going to go. Lyft's going to go. All these things, man. Amazon gonna go. You know? And so Yahoo Finance, it says DoorDash, Roku, HP, and more tech layoffs kept on coming. Or layoffs kept on coming. So more layoffs is coming. All right. You have what you gonna call it? I forgot what market department. They already have major corporations that people are familiar with, what that remained for all these years so far. A lot of them is gonna go by 2023. And see, what they won't tell you is 2019 and 2020 and 2021. A lot of stores was designed to go under business. So they use that pandemic to get rid of all that. So this might be another sign that's gonna take place. All right. There's gonna be another sign. So I'm just look at the list. It says DoorDash, which we just established, said on today, well, yesterday. All right, and we just enter in December 1st. 31 days left, and this month and this year is over. Well, according to them, HP, right, is planning to lay off 4,000 and 6,000 employees over the next 3 years. They're gonna get rid of everybody. Fuck it. Roku, they said 200 jobs. Amazon, which we know about, everybody knows about, 10,000 employees, about 3% of its corporate workforce. E-commerce, Giant Head previously put on new incrementally hires in its corporate workforce, and the company said in a statement November 3rd in October that e-commerce Giant put on hold on hiring for it is retail business. Amazon experienced explosive growth during the pandemic as shoppers flocked to the online retailer for everything from toilet paper to video games. But the company over expanded, and CEO Ed Jesses is looking for ways to cut course, including it makes no sense, man. Jeff Bezos became a fucking billionaire. All right, Walmart, all these big ass name companies, the people that own the shit became billionaires. And how you talking about cutting courses? Anyway, Lyft, that just said it too. That's spirit. Lyft is laying off 683 employees, or 13% of his workforce, company said. So look at that. 13%. So these drivers, it's crazy because sometimes when you watch YouTube, you'll see the stupid commercial of DoorDash. And what the stupid commercial is like, yeah, I moved to this place. I think it was a San Francisco one. It said, I moved to San Francisco, or California, and I'm doing what I love, and I'm doing DoorDash. Like, wait, I'm like, huh? I'm like, DoorDash paid all that money to get you to make movies and so forth. You know, these are all lies and advertisements for everybody to apply for the thing. But they laying people off. And Lyft and Uber, I mean, they took away from the yellow cabs, all right? And now they're going to cut back themselves, man. It says Meta, which was formerly Facebook, laid off 11,000 workers in November. Open Door, I don't know what the hell it was. That these are all texts. Snap. Snaps. Is this what I think it is? Nah, I'm thinking Snap of whatchamacallit? EBT, that's here in New York, I guess. It says Strip. Let me see what else. Twitter, which we know this guy Elon Musk, as soon as he comes, he laying people off. So the world of hurting is here once again in the shores of America. And these are the tech jobs. These are supposed to be the futuristic jobs. These are the jobs that are supposed to take people to the next level. You know, these are the jobs that people desire to want. Other than city jobs, these are the jobs, man. All laying people off, right and left. All right. Might I add? You have fast food chain McDonald's. What's it called again? Taco Bell, Burger King. Really, I noticed the difference between is Taco Bell and certain McDonald's. You have less people that's working in McDonald's or especially Taco Bell. Taco Bell is only like 3 personnel in there because the kiosks, everybody's using the kiosks. So you don't need somebody in the register. So all 3 people, that's it. The 3 people, including the supervisors. Supervisors is not standing there or doing what supervisors are supposed to do. He or she is actually on the line making your food. I've noticed that. So they cutting down on prices, cutting down on jobs. All right. We are here, man. We in a world of hurting now. The people of the world is about to be hurt. All right. Matter of fact, let's play a game. Let's see. How many stores (2023). Yep, there's a list. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, yeah, there's one. Bed, bed, Bed Bath and Beyond. They about to go bye bye. Oh yes, yes. How can we forget? We had some Walmart's closing. All right, Walmart, one of the major things. All right, Macy's closing more stores later in 2022 or in 2023. So Macy's are closing. Does this sound like America's in a good place right now? The beloved brother, Uncle Boy, had did a video. You know, certain places here in New York. If you go to the supermarket, I didn't see it myself. I did went to supermarket. The supermarket I go to, they never really have no fucking sales. But the eggs was like $8-9. All right, for fucking eggs. Okay, for eggs. All right, white eggs. You know, brown eggs, organic. So shit is hitting the fan. Inflation is here to stay. Hyperinflation is around the corner. Stores are closing. People are not buying. I don't know how Black Friday went, Cyber Monday went. People are not buying things like they used to. People are not spending like they used to. They are spending for food. As far as fast food, I must say they all do that. So why do y'all about y'all shy for that? But all this is coming to an end, man. Everything. All right. 2023 is gonna be a hurtful year, man. It's gonna be hurt. Okay. The Lord, hey, but these are the things that needs to take place. All right. I'm gonna bring out Zephaniah. I'm gonna make this short. I don't have to make this long. It's like I said, stated, it's a continuation. All right, continuation. Zephaniah 1:10. It says, "And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord, that there shall be a noise of a cry from the fish gate, and the howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills." And every time, because you gotta look at it in the point of view of a merchant area, that main source is seafood, right? So what happens if the gates are closed and it can't get the fishes in there? The people in the land starves. All right. You can't bring the ships in. That's another thing that's taking place. You have the railroad strike. Okay. Plus, many months ago, you had all those ships that had substance that wasn't docking. They didn't have the truckers strikes. All right. You have a lot of unions that protects a lot of different jobs in America. And what they're trying to do, they're trying to get rid of the unions, because your unions protect your money, your pension, all right, your 401k, all that good stuff. So now the government is gonna get involved with this railroad situation, which things just takes place when it needs to be in Front Street. So that there's a great drought coming in all sides in America, and one of the main drought is for food, and how food gets to every single place. So if all these things happen, hyperinflation, all these union strikes, all people not getting paid properly because inflation. All right, if you work for a union, you get paid pretty good right now. But guess what happens? As much money you make, it's not catching up to the inflation. All right. It's not whatever money you're making right now is not catching up to the inflation. So it's like you have to work X amount of hours and have another job on the side in order to survive the course. Then top of all that, you have the taxation. All right, all those people that Biden hired, all those extra IRS workers, they're not going for the people that have billions of dollars, millions of dollars, because they have accounts, they have ways of getting it cleaned up. They're going after everybody else. That's why the whole 600, man, this thing, it's unfolding, man. It's unfolding. That's why the 600 thing was crazy. I seen somebody had posted the same 600 that they gave to every single person that during the pandemic. Now these mother effers want it back and then some. Whatever money you got in your account, and a lot of people, you need a bank account to do things. So now they want to monitor everybody's bank account. So the world of hurting is here, all right. And 2023 it's a wrap. You talking about ordering? You talking about people taking your stuff? This is the same thing that was going on. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. Luke, was it 2:1 or 3:1? I can't remember. Luke 2:1. It says, "And it came to pass in those days that they went out a decree from Caesar Augustus, that all the world should be taxed. And this taxing was first made when Cicero was governor of Syria." So, well, obviously, we know what tax is. Well, let's look it up. Tax, the write-off, copy from some pattern to enter a register or records, but spect in public records the names of men, names of men, their property and income, to enroll. So this America's following the same footsteps of Rome, and Rome had everybody in its empire paying high tribute. All right, it says, "And all went to be taxed, everyone into his own city." All right. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find that scripture. It should be I'm not gonna kingdom violence. Salaki, I just certain things just kind of clicked. Yep, I should have known that. Matthew's 11 and to the point. It says, "From the days of John the Baptist." Matter of fact, let's start out 10. "For this is he of whom it is written, Behold, I have sent my messenger before thy face, which shall prepare thy way before thee. Verily I say unto you, among them that are born of women, there have not risen a greater than John the Baptist. Nevertheless, he that is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he." So John the Baptist was that guy. He was the herald of the Lord. Okay? But I'm gonna read on. It says, "And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffer violence, and violent take it by force." So was he talking about the actual kingdom of heaven where he came from, where the angels dwell at, with the Most High? No, he's talking about the kingdom of Israel. All right. Matter of fact, one of my favorites, Luke. No, is it the other way around? Let's see, Luke 17. Slack, I haven't read it in a while. This particular. Oh, Luke 17:21. It says, "Neither shall they say, Lo here or lo there, for behold, the kingdom of the Most High is within you. So the kingdom of heaven is the nation of Israel." And it so happens, in the time of John the Baptist, the time of the Lord, Israel was being heavily taxed, all right, by the Romans. The same thing's happening at this moment. Now that everything else is drying up, all right, jobs are drying up, and heavy tax and inflation. So people suffering, man. Everybody's suffering. Isaiah 19. Isaiah 19 and this whole chapter is bad, but I want to get to the point. All right, 5. And the waters shall fail from the sea, and the rivers shall be wasted and dried up, and they shall turn the rivers far away, and the brooks of defense shall be emptied and dried up, and the reeds and the flags will wither, because the Lord is drying up everything. It said the paper reeds by the brooks, by the mouth of the brooks, and everything sown by the brooks shall wither, be driven away, and be no more. So I did this a long time ago. Paper reed. So you have to really Google it and so forth. But this is what they was using as their everything, as their all for their economy, so to speak, for in the time of Egypt. What they was using the paper reed for everything, for boats, to hold things in, everything. So what happens when something naturally that you use is no longer there? Then the people can't live. It says the fishers shall also mourn, and all they that cast angle into the brooks shall lament, and they that spread nets upon the waters shall languish, because they're not going to get the same substance that they was getting. All right, they're not going to be able to buy or sell or do anything, all sort of business, because everything is drying up. This is what happened. This is what the Lord said was going to happen in Egypt, and it happened. So what's happening in modern day Egypt? It says, moreover, they that work in the fine flux, and they that weave networks shall be confounded. All right. Now let me see if I could find it. Let's see, weave, which we know what. So the flux, the flux is a fiber used as a material for garments. So the people that's weaving these things and putting it together, they're gonna be confounded. They're gonna have nobody to buy them, right? And they shall be broken in the purpose thereof, all that make slices and ponds for the fish. Surely the princes of Zohar are fools, and the counsel of the wise counselor of Pharaoh is become brutish. How say ye unto Pharaoh, I am the son of the wise, the son of the ancient kings? All right. So the Lord is going to mark-in these people right now, okay? Because what's happening, everything is drying up. Everything. The way you make your modern day money, work a regular 9 to 5, you're not going to get it. You can get a 9 to 5, but also, there's a crazy thing is, who they hiring? They only hiring women and effeminate men, okay? So men don't have no jobs no more. You can't rob and steal. Like, you can't take something from somebody because it's because there's no money into it, man. And then they're about to change it where no dollar bills is gonna be circulating. So this whole system, this whole way of thinking, this whole way of life is drying up right before everybody's eyes. It says, where are they? Where are the wise men? Let them tell thee now, and let them know what the Lord of hosts hath purposed upon Egypt, which is America. The princes of Zoar are become fools, and the princes of Nophel are deceived. They have also seduced Egypt, even they that are stay of the tribes thereof. And they constantly you see the things clearly is happening, and they constantly politically telling you on television, oh, everything's fine. While people, like, when somebody gets laid off in the office, they have a box, everything that was on their desk, they gotta take it. All right, but there is no rescue plan. There's no a bill to rescue people out of this misery. Okay, corporate America is dead. It says the Lord have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and have caused Egypt to err. And then we clearly see that perverse spirit. They're more concerned about gender identity than to actually feed the American people. All right, they're more concerned about a political agenda than to find a solution to make people's life better. All right, so there's a perverse, evil spirit in this world. Here in America, it says, and it have caused Egypt to err, meaning making error. Every step that is made for as an error, in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit, neither shall there be any work for Egypt. So there is no more work. There ain't no more. If they cutting back on the corporate side of DoorDash, how much more of all the drivers? All right, everybody that does the app-based system. If you're doing either or, all right, Grubhub might even just go out of business because Grubhub don't make that much stink. Uber, only good thing about Uber still has whatchamacallit. It has they pick up passenger and so forth, and they kind of absorb a couple other drizzle. When you have to buy liquor, they try to get into to buy food for people, so they expanded themselves, but the pay is not that great. So there's really no work out there like that. All right. It says which the head, which these executives, supervisors, so forth, corporations, they ain't no work. If you construction companies, if you're a small construction company, you're not gonna make it. Even if you're a large construction company, you're not gonna make it because the material is more. The jobs are not paying. When a construction company takes over, there's certain phases they have to accomplish in order to get paid. They're not getting paid properly. So that means there's going to be less laborers, less workers, less skilled workers, and they got to have to hire what? People that's not part of the unions. All right? Because America is union-based, supposedly is a union-based society. So what will end up happening with the railroad and so forth, fighting for whatever rights they believe they fighting for, they say, you know what, we might as well get rid of the union. This is going to cripple the economy. This is going to cripple people getting stuff for Christmas and all this other stuff. Let's hire the replacements. All right. So they gunning for everything, man. It says or tell branch or rush may do. So the days of coming home on a weekly basis with a good check that check could survive for a whole such and such. If you work and you get paid every 2 weeks, that's gonna hold you down. Those days are over. Minimum wage is pathetic. Hyperinflation, jobs is getting cut off on a regular, and that's just the information they're giving for like the people that's behind the office, in the offices. A lot of jobs are being shipped out of country, which a lot of jobs are already shipped out of country. All right, so it's over, man. This is gonna be the continuation. Maybe tomorrow more people get laid off somewhere else. It's a constant revolving hell. So with that being said, we brothers edify. Shalom to the elect of the nation Israel. Shalom.